all heard about this story, but we need to tell you about it because, listen, we know it's pretty common for disappointed hockey fans to complain, oh, our team stinks. But in this case, it's actually the other way around. The Oshawa Generals are apologizing after sending a letter to season ticket holders asking them to shower before coming to a game. The director of ticket sales told the local paper that fans were complaining about the person next to them stinking, so smelling like cat pee, bad breath, the list goes on. And the team posted this statement on social media saying, quote, "It's not our place to overstep like we did. We are sorry, and hopefully we can wash this one off."
Hey.
Cute.
Good sense of humor.
So was this initial request a little bit of a cheap shot? No.
Right?
Who wants to go first? Teddy, what do you say?
I mean, it's hilarious, but their initial statement was like absolutely ridiculous, egregious, and wholly indefensible. There's no justification for it. I'm sorry, but you can't ask people who are coming to your paying event to take a shower, even if they're like a little odoriferous with some feline urine action in your nose holes. You can't. Sorry.
Look at our
Sorry,
audience.
you're incorrect. You can't do this. I would say to the person, the official who put out this initial statement, you're probably a great asset to this team, but I think you need some PR and comms training. And I would say to the people in the crowd who complained, grow up. The world is messy. The world is messy. Sometimes there are smells you don't like, there are sights, there are sounds you don't like. Grow up. This is part of being out in the world. If you want to have a little bubble, watch it in your on your comfy couch with your big screen TV. But if you're out in the world, sometimes there might be a smell. Deal with it.
Okay.
Deal with it.
That's a hot take.
Listen,
That's a hot take.
I love that they went from loving you to hating you in like 30 seconds.
It always happens.
Just made my Friday. First of all, there is a word for this in the Caribbean culture. We call it frowsy. Everybody's frowsy. But frowsy. Here's the problem with what you're saying. If I go to an event, and we've all had this experience where you go and you sit next to somebody, and they smell so bad you gotta like almost close your eyes because it's like in your whole system. What's gonna happen is the next time I think about going, I'm not going. If this is a problem, it's not like an individual that I just happen to sit next to. Everybody's dipping themselves in cat urine before they come in. I'm not going. Here's the deal. I'm not going, and then if I'm not going, other people are going, and then the money goes away. So have a shower, and everybody return.
That's a bit of a stretch.
Is it?
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a stretch.
Well, it's been a while since I've been in a hockey arena, but I have been in a few of them, and I was just confused by the email because it's like, are you sure it's the fans that are stinking? Like, hockey arenas don't smell like flower shops.
Yeah.
Do they? Do you know what I mean? You walk in and there is a very distinct smell.
Okay.
And so,
Smells
like,
like
isn't
arena.
it just, it's like hard to say it's your fault. You know, it's like walking into a barn and being like, you smell like poo when it's you're in a barn.
Those seats are your side by side. You know if that person stinks. They're your side by side in those stadiums.
I think there's a difference between hockey arena and cat pee. I think we can tell pretty
But
quickly.
cat pee, you guys have smelled the hockey bags, right?
Oh, yeah.
Does anyone smell the hockey bag?
But that's not the complaint.
But the bag's in the bag.
But what I'm saying,
There's
but
always
if you're
smells.
smelling cat pee,
Yeah.
it's likely that dried sweat, that idea of something like being that hockey bag. So are the fans,
No one's buying
guys, it's a very distinct smell.
I love
No
what
one's
you're
buying
doing.
it.
When I had a cat, I used to keep the cat's litter box in the front closet. You know what else hung in the front closet? My winter coat. So I will say it could be very easy to get the wafty actual cat pee, not hockey bag smell. I live with a hockey player. I know what that smell is. And to me, it doesn't smell like cat pee. What I will say is this. I loved all of your trying to defend this. If I'm paying $1,100 and I am a season ticket holder for the Ottawa Generals, $1,100, I expect that you, Ottawa Generals, are going to create a safe and pleasant environment because I'm spending a lot of my money to support your team. So not only do I want you to smell nice, I want to make sure nobody is getting too drunk and causing fights. I want to make sure that someone is like, I don't know, having loud phone conversations on speaker. When you are in a group environment, social rules apply. And if that means you smell and it's affecting my enjoyment.
I just jumped to Teddy's side, guys. You guys can hate me too.
Okay, wait. Why are you jumping? Why are you
jumping shit because, yes, the first part of this email said, hey, guys, stay home if you're not feeling well. I think that's really lovely. We don't want to spread illnesses. But then the second part was like, and also shower. shower. You can't regulate what people shower.
You can't tell people
do
to
that.
shower.
Yes,
and
you
honestly,
can.
you
They
smell
just
a little
did.
something, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
You
It's a
can't-
hockey arena. There's gonna be smells.
Exactly.
My partner plays hockey. I smell her bag all the time, and it's
Wait,
she's wonderful.
wait.
She's wonderful, but it's
Teddy,
a little musky.
Wait. Are you admitting on national TV that your partner smells like cat pee? Is that what you're
No. But like you said, hockey bags get a musky smell. They do. And you're in a hockey arena. Grow up. You're out in the world. You're gonna smell some stuff. You're gonna be.
You know what? I'm
fine.
gonna
You're
rescue
gonna be
your relationship and move on to the next topic. Take the intro on this one.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Zayn Malik. Zayn Malik has the internet melting down after he claimed he never loved his ex, and that would be supermodel Gigi Hadid. What do you make of his comments? What do you guys think?
He was so young. I don't know if y'all remember when Gigi and Zayn got together. That was hot stuff. And they burned brightly real quick. They were all of a sudden the it couple in Hollywood. We all wanted to be them. You wanted to sleep with both of them. It was so hot. They did this whole spread in Vogue magazine. But just as fast, you remember this? Oh, it was so good. But just as quickly as they shot to the top, they fell off the cliff. And you know what that's called? Young love. That happens all the time. Now, love is the word. He said it. I remember being with someone who I thought, oh my gosh, this is my everything.
Sure.
That was my loins talking. It wasn't love. It
loins.
wasn't love. Now, they did happen to have a daughter.
Right.
But listen, pregnancy happens all the time. Maybe it was intentional. Maybe it wasn't. These are both super celebrities. They have a weird thing because they're trying to fall in love in public. So maybe it wasn't love. They have a beautiful daughter. They co-parent beautifully. And you know what? A lot of us don't figure out love until late in life. Some of us never figure it out. I'm not going to blame a 20-year-old boy band star for not being in love. He was young.
You know what? I'm glad you're taking his side because I'm not. I'm not. This to me, and it could be just as triggering, this is top tier miserable ex-boyfriend chit chat where it's like, you were together, you loved her, you also have a child, because he says, you know what, I don't know if I loved her, but I still respect her. And it's like, well, if you respect her, you wouldn't be talking about this right now because your relationship's long over. She's moved on and you moved on and you have a child who's gonna watch this and go, oh, so you never loved my mom when you were together? Like, why would you do that? But this is exactly what exes who haven't moved on with their lives say to us, because they want to minimize the relationship. How you can't get at her because Gigi's very successful, she's in a new relationship, her life is doing well, so how can he minimize her? Oh, you know what, I wasn't really in love, it's just lust, I just wanted to have sex with her. And to me, that's just miserable garbage that he's spewing out there, and I hope she rises above it, tells her daughter, daddy's not feeling well, we're just gonna ignore that conversation, and move forward. Daddy has a fever.
Yeah. I agree. I think this is absolutely ridiculous, egregious, and wholly indefensible. I gotta say that. That's my tagline. It does seem a little classless, though. Obviously, he's probably thinking, oh, I'm on like a deep dive podcast asking about my life. I have to be honest. You don't have to be totally honest. You know, you're not a world leader. You're a singer. Maybe you could answer a little bit more diplomatically, a bit of half-truth there. But the fact that you're saying this about the mother of your child, even if this doesn't hurt her feelings, I just think it sends a weird message, and I feel like it's a little bit classless, to be honest with you. And also, I've always hated the whole trope of like, I love them, but I'm not in love with them. That's a reductive catchphrase slogan, an over-distillation of one of the most complex things in the universe, love. It's a slogan, it's meaningless.
Okay, we're back on board with Teddy. We're back on board. All right, so let's move on to our next topic. American snowboarder Chloe Kim tried to carve out her place in Olympic history and capture 3 straight gold medals in the halfpipe. But she took a risk and missed. Now, Chloe told the New York Times that ahead of her final run, when presented with the option of repeating her first run and hoping for a slightly better score or attempting a skill no one had ever pulled off, she chose the latter and doesn't regret it, even though she fell and had to settle for a silver medal. So, are you a risk taker, or do you like to play it safe? Audience? Risk.
I admire the risk takers. I definitely play it safe. That's why I love this story so much. Like we said, Chloe Kim's coach gave her those 2 options. Repeat that first trick you did, or just drop the hammer and do this thing that you've never actually been able to complete. Take that risk. And you know what she did? She tried to drop the hammer, and she, I quote, said, because that's what I do. It makes me love her so much. She wasn't able to do it. But She also came home with a silver medal, and
So
like
good.
she had a dislocated shoulder.
Wow.
And then she hugged the gold medalist, and the gold medalist is looking at her and calling her her mentor. It's just a beautiful Olympic story. I love it.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
While I agree, I'm someone who is very risk averse in general in life. But when I swing and I swing big, it's because it's a very calculated swing. So if I was Chloe, you know, if I was an Olympic snowboarder,
Yeah.
I probably would have gone the safe route because I know I can land it, right? And
Yeah.
so, listen, she's already got 2 gold medals from the past. She's doing all right. She's gonna
Yeah.
be fine.
Yeah.
And settling for a silver is not a big deal. I mean, at least to me. But if she was gonna try to go for history, it's doing the thing that you know you can do time and time again. There's that saying, you gotta practice like you play and play like you practice. And if she's done it and done it and done it, and that's her go-to, maybe we would be talking about a gold medal right now, you know? So she didn't, she went for it, she didn't land it. And she, by the way, has never landed this
That's what
jump.
made it so incredible.
That's you know what? I actually love the decision that she made, and I know why she made it, because all of us probably have had some situation in your life, could be personal or business, where there was a moment where you could have taken the risk and you played it safe. And 8 years later, at 3 o'clock in the morning, you wake up and you're like, why didn't I just take the risk? And for that reason, I think she should do it, because if she'd played it safe, she already has medals, and this is not like it's her last Olympics. She's still very young. And maybe for her, she's like, I can't live with regret. I'd rather just take the risk, and you know what? If I fall, then I know it's my fault.
Yeah.
I have no one to blame.
Yeah.
And I'd rather live like that than live in the what if, maybe if I had. So I say go for it.
May I quote my fellow You Can't Do That on Television alumnus and Canadian national treasure, Alanis Morissette, for a moment?
Sure,
May I
of
quote
course.
Alanis? There she is from her pre-Jagged Little Pill era.
Wow.
Her pop star era. The song is Too Hot, and this is the lyrics. Always too hot, never too cold. You take your best shot, too hot to hold. Never too young, always too old. You gotta go for gold! However, and I never thought I'd say this, I disagree with Alanis in this case. And if I was Chloe Kim, you know, and Chloe Kim and I are similar in every way.
Of course.
If I was Chloe Kim, I would have probably played it a little bit safer, because apparently if she didn't do all these extra tricks, or whatever you call them in snowboarding, if she didn't do this, she still had a chance, a pretty solid chance, at getting the gold, and I would have wanted to go for the 3 golds. My partner calls me Cautious Carl, and in this case, I would have been cautious, and I would have done it. However, like these Olympians, they're so amazing, right? And they're so competitive, and the way they think is incredible. I think if she didn't do this, and she didn't get the gold, she always would have wondered. So now she doesn't have to wonder. She went for it, but I would have been cautious.
Can I throw something else into the mix?
But she's amazing.
She talked about in this interview with the New York Times that she had experienced depression leading up to this, and she had lost the love of snowboarding. And she decided if she ever wanted to go back and go for that 3rd medal, that she wanted to do it on her own terms and to find the joy in it.
Great.
And I don't think she would have found the joy in
she played it
repeating a move that she knew she knew how to do instead of just dropping that hammer. She
She's
went
amazing.
for it. Yeah.
She's amazing.
Go, Chloe, go.
I would have gone really slow and not done a single trick and been like, can I still have the gold?
Teddy, and that is why you were here and not
That's true.
over there.
That's
Can we go to a much more serious problem? Sorry to drop this down a bit.
Okay.
But the Olympic Village ran out of free condoms after a record-breaking 3 days. Now The Guardian points out that there are plenty of other free activities to keep the athletes busy, including foosball, air hockey, and a piano. So what do you think of this story?
You guys, we got a lot of lovers in the audience. First of all, I want to applaud the IOC for, making sure that everybody's having safe sex. It's fantastic.
Yes, of course.
But I'm also just gonna put myself out there. Cause listen, when I'm at home watching the Olympics, I love watching the Olympics, but I watch it 60-40. 60 is for the Chloe Kims. I love seeing it. I love hearing the backstory. And 40% of it is sometimes for the really hot athlete. Like the other day. I have never watched curling a day in my life. Yes, the other day I watched a full hour. Why? Because there was this tall Italian guy and I was like, who's that? Who is that? Now, if that is me in my couch far away, imagine if I could walk by that man in the hallway. Give me a couple condoms. We're gonna take care of the situation. You know what I'm saying? So
A couple.
You never know.
Listen,
He's Italian. Who knows?
this story I love, and I co-signed the Italian. So what I love about the story is it always comes up every Olympics, but did you know there's such a difference between summer and winter Olympics? So for example, yes, there are more athletes who compete in summer Olympics, sometimes 3 or 4 times more athletes versus winter Olympics. So they ran out because I think they were supposed to give them, what, 50,000 or whatever. But then, did you know the peak number of condoms that were ever handed out at any Olympics? 450,000 condoms.
Wow.
You know where?
Where?
At the Rio Summer Olympics. Now,
You guys, I have a separate theory entirely.
But just think about
Every
that.
event was empty.
450,000 times?
No.
When do you have time to compete?
I know tomorrow is Valentine's Day, and I don't want to take the sexy out of this conversation.
Yeah, you do.
But the reason all these condoms disappeared is because they're free. It's like hotel amenities.
Yes.
You know, when you stay in a hotel and there's a shampoo and cream, you're putting anything free in that bag.
Pens.
I don't even have sex. I would have taken all the condoms.
While I love that theory, it was, I think, the 94 Lillehammer Winter Games. Did you know that the athletes clogged the sewage system with used condoms?
They're using them, baby.
Well, that's
They're using
interesting.
them. Yeah.
They're using them.
They're using them.
They're using them.
It's a good news, bad news thing, right? Good news, they're using the provided prophylactics. Bad move, or bad news, the supply ran dry, if you will,
That's
right?
right,
So
that's right.
It's interesting, but isn't there a thing in sports where you're supposed to, like, before the big game or match or whatever, like, deny yourself of earthly pleasures in the name of, like, rigor
I
and
think it's
discipline?
all
They're not doing it.
all
First
the
of all,
after party.
That's for professional boxers.
Okay.
That's for professional boxers,
We'll see.
not for the hot Italian guy on the grill.
Yes. It's a perennial debate. Should the window shades on an airplane be up or down? The Washington Post is reporting that feelings run hot on this issue. Some people love a dark tube. Others want to watch the world go by outside the window. So if you've got a window seat, you might make some enemies, because we don't know. So who actually gets to decide, shade up or shade down? Whoa. What do you think? What do you think, Teddy?
This topic gets me so fired up. I think it's absolutely egregious. No, I'm just kidding. I'm fortunate. I've traveled a lot over the years in my personal life. I used to host a travel show for Discovery, so I spent a lot of time on planes. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's not around anymore, but it was. Thank you. Like, I wish I was still getting paid to travel. Anyhow, and so here's the thing. I think there's a very easy answer for this, and that is when you're on the plane, the lights at the top begin to dim, right? It'll sometimes have like a nice soothing purple light. At that point, it is the plane telling everybody, hey, it's time to put the blinds down. It's time for maybe some sleepy time. When the lights go back on bright, kind of fluorescent style, that's the time to lift up the shade. So you follow the interior cues of the plane, and just because you're sitting in a window seat does not give you the right to determine the comfort and light level of literally everybody in your section. The hubris of window-sitting people, and I'm an aisle sitter myself, but the hubris of window-sitting people when the rest of the plane is dark and they open their window and it lights everything up, my goodness.
Oh my God,
I
okay.
can't.
Yesterday
I
on the
cannot.
show, I don't know if you watched the show yesterday, but you're gonna wish you did. Because I admitted that I have a flying phobia.
Oh, I didn't
And
know
when
that.
I start to get in the throes of what I think might be an oncoming panic attack, the reason why I'm always a window sitter is because what helps to calm my anxiety is to actually look out the window.
Oh, yeah, well, you've just upped my anxiety because I'm trying to sleep. No, I'm just kidding. That's interesting.
I don't do it and leave it open, but if we're starting to get into turbulence, you know, like now I'm like a cloud reader, and I'm like, oh, that cloud's gonna cause turbulence, that cloud's not gonna cause turbulence.
Right.
Yeah. But I gotta look at the cloud, so I gotta go like this, and then I look at this, oh, everything's good, and then I close it
I'm
again.
okay with that. A little look for some peace and serenity.
But even in the nighttime part, when they're
you do that.
telling you to go to sleep.
But there's no light.
Follow the plane.
Oh, it's dark outside, but sometimes it's still daytime because they're trying to trick you, right?
They're trying to trick you.
They're trying to trick you.
Circadian rhythms.
So, Jess, what are you? You shade up or shade down?
Shade down.
I'm with Teddy.
Yeah.
I'm with Teddy all day, every day.
Yeah.
Today on this.
But default is shade down. The only time it is okay to always raise the shade, regardless of light level, is upon landing, because it drives me wild when somebody has a shade down and I can't see when the plane's gonna land, because then it hits the tarmac and you're startled.
Time out. And all the times and I've been on a lot of flights, I've never heard so many damn rules about the shade up and when the lights are and when the violet and when it goes like this. Here's the deal. Here are my unspoken rules. I always get the window seat, and whoever gets the window seat controls the shade.
No.
I don't agree.
You're not a god.
Oh, when I have the window seat, I'm the god of the shade, my friend. And how often are we have a beautiful planet. How often are we in the sky able to look out and see these beautiful clouds and the sun and the moon? I want to see. I'm already in a tin can with people who smell like cat pee. Let me have a little bit of happiness, and you don't dictate. And if you like darkness, that's what your eyelids are for. Close your eyes. And you can have all the darkness you want. The shade is up. The shade is up. Thank you, Teddy, for my TED Talk.
All of you?
Teddy.
Really?
Even me.
No.
My people.
And then we have a beautiful planet thing? Come on.
We do
Brilliant
have a beautiful
messaging, but
planet.
Come on. Brilliant messaging.
If she's going to be stuck at the window and she can't go pee, she better be able to control something.
Thank you.
It's true. There's perks.
I think, you
Perks,
gotta
anyway.
be aware,
That was
give a
amazing.
hoot. The only rule is to be considerate of those around you and think about it. You're controlling the environment for others,
More TED
and you're
Talk,
not empowered
more
to do
TED Talk
that.
about the shade. The shade is up, Teddy.
We're
Let
going
it.
to take the TED Talk any day.
Yes.
Teddy, thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you for having me. Thank you for having me. And I'm sorry.
Never be sorry.